Thank you all for joining us. My name is Steve Grubbs, and Patty Glover, our sales director, is with us today. I am the founder of VictoryStore.com, and so we're thankful that all of you joined us here today. We had a couple of technical glitches as we got started here, but we're going to talk today about how to build your own yard card rental business. And so, there's a lot of talk now about the gig economy, driving for Uber, driving for Lyft, Airbnb, that type of thing. But one of the great things is how to become your own boss. And this is one of the ways that we have a lot of customers who've started yard card rental businesses. And we're going to talk to you about a business model for it, how you can make money, how you can market it, and build a steady clientele. So let's go ahead and start with the first slide. So this is how it works. A yard card business is pretty simple. Yard card greeting rentals are a great fit for working with your own time schedule, and you can run to businesses and families and schools and churches. And so essentially what we're talking about here are congratulatory messages that might be for birthdays, new births, retirements, or it could be some other more significant message about an event. So continuing on how it works, the second piece are you need a starter kit. If you haven't done this before, you get a starter kit, and we have themes that accommodate most major events. You can buy custom themed packages, you can have us create something, or you can buy packages that we have online and just put a combination of letters, numbers, or characters together. Each kit and package comes with pretty much everything you need. That'll include stakes, and if you have other designs that you want, we can include those as well. There are a lot of advantages of starting a lawn greeting business, and we're going to just talk about a few of those now. So one of those is you can work out of your house, be your own boss, and create a flexible schedule. So, I know there was a period of time when I had kids in a lot of activities, and because of that, we were looking to have a flexible schedule. And this is one of those things that allows you to do so. Second of all, unlike a lot of businesses, this has a low startup cost. If you're going to open a McDonald's franchise, it's $1 million. But a yard card greeting business can, our starter kit, $999, either packages that are less than that, but it has fairly low startup costs to get started. And the nice thing is that it doesn't really matter what size your vehicle is. You don't have to have a truck to deliver a lawn greeting. You can use pretty much any car. And for most people, they find that it's fairly easy income. And I don't want to say it's easy, because anytime you're starting a new business, it's not easy. There's a lot to it. But having said that, most people find that they, just through their natural social connections and by promoting these through various social media accounts, they're able to pick up clients pretty quickly. People who are having events, graduations, weddings, birthdays, that type of thing. And most people don't want to buy one permanently because they're just going to use it one time. So this is a great way that they can rent it. They can pay you to set it up and take it away. The other great thing about this is it really has unlimited potential. So you might work for someone, or you might have some jobs where your potential is somewhat limited. And in this, you can grow it as big as you want to be, and you can hire people to put them out for you. And to the extent that your social media reach keeps growing and you get more recommendations from friends, that potential just keeps moving forward. So that's pretty exciting for people. The other thing is most people will make back their initial investment in the first few weeks of operation. Some it's within the first month, and others it might take 2 to 3 months. But if you are very active with this and you are renting 2 to 5 times a week, you're going to make that investment back within the first month. So sometimes it might take a little while to get off the ground, but a lot of people find it takes off pretty quickly. And finally, it's great that you can deliver smiles daily and love what you do. It's a great way to bring happiness to the world. And you're not Mother Teresa, but you're still bringing happiness to your neighborhood. So that's a pretty great thing. Let's talk about a sample business model. So in thinking about how you put this together, let's say that you just dip your toe in the water and you're able to get 1 yard greeting rental a week, just one a week for a month, and you charge $75 for a 24-hour rental. Well, over a span of the year, you're going to gross $3,900. You're certainly not going to put your kids through college on that, but it can be decent spending money. Let's say that you go to the next step and you're hitting your stride, getting some momentum, and you have 10-yard greeting rentals a week, and you're charging $75 for that 24-hour rental. Well, now over the span of a year, you've grossed $39,000 in revenue, and your cost for your products is significantly less than that. Let's go one step further, and let's say that this is really humming now, and you've got 25-yard greeting rentals a week, and so you're going to take orders, and you're spending about 20 to 25 hours a week putting these up. Well, over the span of a year, you can gross almost $100,000, $97,500, and so suddenly it starts to look like more than just a hobby business. It starts to look like a business where you can really begin to make some significant revenue. So we guesstimate this is different for everybody. If you're doing this in a town where traffic is not a big challenge, then it probably takes 20 to 30 minutes to drive and set this up in a yard and then go back and pick it up. It can be pretty quick. And if you're in a larger area, maybe driving a little further, it might take an hour. And I'm sure there are some people it might take a little bit more than an hour, but we guesstimate that it takes about an hour to drive and install a yard greeting, get it picked up, and so you've got that time investment in it. So let's talk about a potential initial investment. So with the starter kit, and the starter kit has over 150 individual lawn decoration pieces. You can go on the website, VictoryStore.com. We'll show you a link a little bit later, but you'll find that the starter kit for $999 has everything you need to have a robust lawn greeting business. And the cool thing is that there are so many different themes. We have over 100 different lawn greeting designs, so pretty much everything you can imagine. There are fun birthday greetings and fun retirement greetings and so much more. So for $1,000, it gets you a pretty good distance along. Now we're moving on to marketing and advertising. So let's think in terms of social media for marketing and advertising. We use this a lot. If you've run across VictoryStore.com, you've probably run across us through Facebook or Instagram, and it's a great model. So we're going to move on to slide number 11, and this talks about how to create a business Facebook page, because that's the first thing you need. So we have 7 steps here, and you can find this if you go to Google and you just type in setting up a business page on Facebook, you'll find the same information. So you don't have to memorize or write down what we have here, but essentially it's pretty easy. You go to Facebook, you register for a business page, you enter your business information, upload your initial photos, your profile pic, cover photo, that kind of thing, and we would recommend using potentially one of our photos. We'll give you, if you're our customer, you certainly have permission to use our lawn decoration photo. So that gets you a long way there. And then you start inviting your friends to like your page. It's pretty easy. Once they see what you're doing, suddenly they're pretty excited about calling you and saying, hey, would you bring over a birthday greeting for my sweet 16 daughter, or retirement greeting and that type of thing. So you want to ideally invite as many friends as possible to like your page, because that's a really fast way to grow your business. And they're going to ask you for some additional business details, hours of operation, that type of thing. They'll ask you to add a button to your page, and you can figure all this out pretty quickly, or use some of the resources they have. But but make sure you get your business page set up on Facebook. Now, we're moving on to the next slide, and we'll talk about the optional marketing investment. And so if you look at the weekly advertising budget that you can use on Facebook, it can be any amount of money, but let's say that you're boosting $50 on a post. So you put up a post that says, this is our birthday lawn greeting. And you can see an example of it down at the bottom of the slide where it says happy birthday. And so let's say you spend $50 a week. You are probably going to reach 2,500 to 5,000 people for $50 a week. And the more people that like your page, the greater reach you're going to have. So suddenly, a lot of people are seeing what you're doing. And even though they may not pick up the phone and order the very first day they see it, remember, in marketing, you want to touch people 6 to 10 times with your message before they'll finally take action. So, but let's say that you do that week in and week out, $50 a week. You just stick to a budget on that. At the end of the year, you're going to have spent $2,600, but you should get dozens or hundreds of inquiries and orders by spending that amount of money. So let's look at the next slide and understand the business model here. So your total investment, potentially for the first year, it might be more than this, it might be less than that, but this is an example. It would be $999 for the starter package. That includes the more than 150 items. And then $5,200 in marketing, excuse me, $2,600 in marketing. And you add that together and it's $3,000, basically $3,600. Now, the other option is just to go for a full $100 a week, but start it at $50, so at the $2,600 level, and then test larger amounts and see if that brings you in even more business. If you think about it, if you spend $50 and you get 2 clients, well, you've paid for your marketing budget. If you spend $100 and get 4 clients, not only have you paid for your marketing budget, but you've also made a decent amount of money that week. So that's what you want to constantly be testing. So let's go on to the next slide and look at how the business model plays out. So if your revenue, if you're renting 10 times a week and you're bringing in $39,000 a year, you subtract out your startup cost and your budget of $3,600, $3,599, and you have a net of $35,401, which for a side gig isn't too bad. That'll pay for something out there, almost pay for a year of college these days. So that's a good way to think of how you might get a business like this off the ground. Let's look at some of the really just great designs that we have. Moving on to the next slide. So you can use the photos from our site, and that's why we have them on here if you're our customer. And so we have a lot of different happy birthday greetings. We have more than 25 different happy birthday greetings. Not all of them are up on our site at the same time, but you can check in with our sales team, and they'll make sure that whatever you're looking for, we probably have it, and they can guide you in the right direction. People really love it when you don't just put up like a generic happy birthday sign, but when it's personalized. And that's why in our starter packet, you'll find some individualized letters, and you can add additional letters, that type of thing. Some people will say, okay, for $75, we will put up a lawn greeting, but for $100, we'll personalize it with the year and the name. So there's some add-ons that you can charge to make a little bit extra money. But when somebody comes home and they see something like this happy birthday yard greeting, happy 8th birthday, Jack, that's a pretty cool thing, something that they never forget. We also have birthday party yard greetings. So in this next slide, you see Hannah and Emma had a joint birthday party. So this is one that they recognized that their friends showed up, and and it looked pretty cool. Happy 13th birthday. This just gives you a sense on the level of customization that you can do with names, and that's a big deal. Moving on to the next slide, the fall festival yard greetings. So this is just an example of a festival. Now, there's two ways to do this. You know, some of our stock items will be for particular events, so you can have stock items that are in your inventory. Or what a lot of people do is they just buy 2 or 3 different sets of letters, and then they can spell out whatever it is that what their customer wants. And so this one requires, other than the pumpkins, everything else would be standard, and maybe the doll in the middle. So, and it might be something that you've got a big client who's willing to spend $300 to $500 on a customized greeting, and so you work with our team and have something made, and you can do something really, really cool and still make some decent money. Let's move on to the special events yard greetings. This is one that we did for the Susan G. Komen race for the cure, and so it was cool. It is a place that if you're starting the race or ending the race, it tells people not only at the beginning or end of the race, but if it's up for a week or 2 in advance, then it helps to advertise that the race is occurring, and that helps to drive more participation. And if you think of it, a road like the one you see in front of you is probably getting around 5,000 to 10,000 drive-bys a day. So let's say it's, for easy math, 10,000. Well, over 10 days, that's 100,000 eyeballs. Over a month, that's 400,000. Over a month, it's 300,000 eyeballs. So that's a lot of visibility for a fairly inexpensive product that you're able to provide for customers. So there are a lot more examples of this. If you can think about it, then and if you go to our VictoryStore site, VictoryStore.com, and search for yard decorations, you'll find a lot of different options out there. Moving on to almost our last slide. A lot of people make this sort of a family adventure. So, if you're like me, your kids needed money when they were growing up. They wanted to go out and have fun with friends, or they had activities at school. This is a way that kids can be a part of and learn some valuable lessons about money and work and the values that will help build them into strong adults. And so this is one of those great things. Finally, let's move on to our webinar special. We have a coupon code for you. So if you spend $300 or more between now and next Tuesday, we have a coupon for 15% off. And Patty's going to join us, and she's going to tell us what that coupon code is. And I'm also going to give you her email address. You can either email us generally at info@VictoryStore.com. You can visit our website at VictoryStore.
The coupon code for the webinar special is Yard Card, all capitals. And what that includes is you will receive a pair of car magnets. They're size of 12 by 18, and you will get 3 12 by 18 signs. A lot of our customers like to put "brought to you by" and the name of their business on their signs, and then you can stake them out with the event that you post in people's yards. Is there any questions?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, my name is Tracy, and I didn't hear some of it. I think I missed the part about the coupon code maybe, and yeah, what was included with that with the starter package.
Okay, on the starter package, you're talking about the $999 one.
Right, right.
You receive just a second. On the starter package, you receive 3 alphabet sets,
Okay.
and you will receive numbers, symbols, and balloons, stars, and lots of images of that nature that you can use for all occasions.
Okay.
And the freebies that you get with that set are you get 3 12 by 18 signs that you can post with your business name and a pair of car magnets. And that coupon code is yard card, all capitals.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is
You
Elisa,
too.
and I have a question about the car magnets and the signs that have our business name on them.
Mm-hmm.
Do we send you the graphics for our business name, or do we just give it to you and you create it?
We could do either. If you have graphics, that's great. We'll use them and create a design. We can add other things to it if you need it, like a phone number. We do send proofs before we print.
Okay, so is there room for a phone number and a website address?
Yes.
Okay, and then I have another question that's along different lines. My second question is, when you are starting your business, well, let me just say that I've done lots of research, and a lot of people who have these signs, who have these companies, they have you order the starter kit from them, and then they mark it for you, and I guess they order the starter kits from them, mark them up, and sell them to the folks. So starting out, would you suggest doing that business model, or would you suggest having people work for you?
My recommendation is that you started off working for yourself and use the Facebook model. And then once you grow large enough, then you can bring on some others to do work for you. But it's a great recurring revenue model if you have a couple of basic packages, and each week you advertise another package on Facebook. Suddenly you're going to find that you've got jobs coming in every week. You're using the same products over and over and over, and you are essentially making money on them every week. So I think that you'll find that starting out working it yourself and then bringing on others to help you once you get big enough is a great way to go.
Okay, so in your slides, you had shown, of course, the beginning, do 5 a week, and then do 10 a week, and 25 a week. So let's just take the scenario of we're aiming to do 5 a week. How many kits do we need to actually do 5 a week?
Well, with that, it's a $999 package. You should be able to get 5 a week. Now, there's some caveats to that, and the caveat is, if all of your customers need the same words, or if it's a big deployment, then
right.
Then you're going to have some challenges with that. So that's why once you start out with one.
And you're doing 5 a week, assuming that's on 5 different days.
Well, not necessarily, because the starter kit has enough in it to do up to 5. It just depends on how many you're deploying, because there's, like I said, there are 150 different pieces to that starter kit.
Okay.
That's a lot of mixing and matching that you can do, and you could do all 5 on Saturday. Let's say all 5 events are on Saturday. Having said that, you know, if suddenly you have to use all the same letters for all 5 of them, you might run a little bit short. So, you know, one of the things that you'll learn as you go is which packages are most popular and which ones you need letters in and which ones you don't need letters for.
Okay, gotcha. So
I do agree with Steve and say that there are plenty for five events for that $9.99 package.
Okay, I understand. So with that starter kit, and we get 3 sets of alpha, how do you suggest that we choose 3 different colors or 3 different types of letters, or what's the best way to get our bang for our buck?
Patty, I'll let you take that.
Okay. Well, the best colors, well, the colors is really a preference for people. We can't customize those colors. The set online just show black, red, and yellow, though some people change it up and they do pink and blue and black. So if you don't want to buy directly from the website, you can let me know and we can just create the color that you want for your alphabet set and your numbers and the symbols, so they're all the same for you. And the height on that is 18-inch, and that's a popular size.
Okay. So do people generally get 3 sets of red, or do they get 1 set of red, 1 set of black, 1 set of yellow?
They get a set of each.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, this is Chantel. I have a few questions. I had some difficulty signing on, so I probably missed like half of the presentation. But my question is, yeah, and I did email you, Patty, so disregard that, please.
Okay.
I've ordered a few sets already, and I'm trying to, I guess, see what is the best option. So people are telling me, like, people are asking me about advertising, and I haven't created an Instagram or Facebook page or anything yet, because I feel like I don't have enough letters yet. And so what would you suggest? Because I did look at the different kits, and I don't necessarily like all of the stuff in all of the kits. So I'm trying to see how I can, I guess, get the most bang for my buck, as the lady said previous to me. So what would y'all suggest?
I would suggest sending me an email on the items that you really do need, and then we can create a special package for you.
Okay. Could the starter kit be altered? Is there a way to...
Yes, we can do that for you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds good. And then what about, are y'all going to get to advertising and marketing? That I saw that in the presentation, in terms of when, you know, like, if I don't have that many kits right now, or I haven't done that many yards, like, should I start advertising what I've done, like if it's 2, or just advertising as I set them up in my yard?
Let me take that one, Patty.
Okay.
So 2 things. First of all, the best thing you can do for advertising is to borrow some of the images that we have on our site, assuming that you have the pieces for that, and to push those out through your business Facebook page you're creating. So there's no reason that you have to use an image of one that you've done. You just have to make sure that you're able to rent whatever it is that you're putting out there. So just make sure that whichever image of ours that you're using, that you've got that in your inventory. So that's number 1. Number 2, again, to the extent that you can invite 25 to 100 of your friends to like your business Facebook page, it's going to spread pretty quickly. Number 3, if you budget $50 a month and promote it to people that like your page or their friends, and they're within a 20-mile radius of your home, then you're going to start getting some really good buzz about your business. Finally, we're going to do in about a month or so a Facebook marketing webinar for our lawn decoration customers. And so watch for that. We'll want to make sure that you have a chance to join and learn how to, some of the little tricks of the trade so you can build yourself a large self-sustaining business.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chantel.
May I ask Chantel a question?
Yes.
She had said that she has a few sets. Did you buy sets on your own, or did you buy the starter kit set?
I bought sets on my own. So I did a birthday party. Well, I bought a set to just practice with, a birthday set, and then I bought a birthday set for a party that I did kind of as free advertisement for a friend. And then I was trying to buy a gender reveal set that I waited to wait to the last minute to buy. Yeah, so these are kind of individual sets on my own, and I was trying to do the letters, but when I looked at the starter kit, I don't really like everything in there, I would say. So there's individual kits that I like, and I wanted to try to, I guess, combine them, if you will, and take some things out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So VictoryStore, I have another question, and y'all just tell me to pause if I'm taking this meeting over and not allowing the people to ask questions. The actual letters and signs that are made on the plastic foam board, I think, how do y'all make them?
It's made out of 4 mil corrugated plastic, and we digitally print onto the board, and then we use a Gerber cutter to die cut the shapes.
Okay, so these are big machines, I'm thinking, right?
Yes,
yeah.
they're large machines.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
The great thing about the ink is we use a $400,000 printer that uses this fade resistant ink. So these should last for a long time, a year, 2 years, depending on their use. They can get beat up sometimes depending on how they're treated, but corrugated plastic is never going to be damaged by water, and the stakes are not going to become bad either. So this is a very durable product, and to the extent that you take care of it, it should last for you and make money for you for a long time.
Okay. On some of these other companies that I've been researching, they have letters that are in cool colors that are maybe with a chevron print or something like that. Can y'all customize them that way, or is it a solid color?
Yes, we can customize our colors.
Okay. And patterns?
Yes, and patterns, and we can go up to, we can do 18-inch, 20-inch, 22-inch, and 24-inch letters.
Okay. If so I've been, like I said, I've been doing some research, and I think your competitor is a company by the name of, oh goodness, Big Knot of Happiness.
Yeah.
Have y'all? Is that a competitor of yours?
Their letters are smaller. Their letters are smaller.
Yeah, they are.
I'm sorry? Oh, okay, they are. Okay. Because I've been doing price comparisons, and y'all are definitely better. But they tend to offer a whole lot of customization. So that's why I'm asking these questions, because I want to go with you, but I want to make sure you can do the same things they can do.
If you can think it, pretty much we can do it. So we customize every single day of the week.
Okay. And let's say we have a request that is really unusual. You know what? I'm in Texas, and we don't have a lot of what is the thing that the Jewish people do?
Bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah?
Yeah. So let's say someone's requesting a bar mitzvah, and I can't even say it. If we need to get something made up for that, how long does it take for us to order that and get it?
So 2 things on that. First of all, we have bar mitzvah in stock. Second of all, if you want to personalize it with a name, that usually takes 2 to 3 days, and then shipping time. Pretty fast.
Oh, okay. So as long as we have a week, we can get that done.
Yeah, not a big deal for us.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to ask this question too. As far as with just like advertisement, if we're doing this, going into business for ourselves and all, is there any type of policies or procedures we need to present to our customers as far as like certain time that we'll pick up, or just have some type of policies in place? I don't know.
That's a very good question. It's a good idea to create a one-pager that explains essentially, let's say they have an event on Saturday evening. You'll say, our standard policy is to have the drop off the event and put it up in the yard for you by 3 p.m. And pick up the following day by 3 p.m. Or you can say we can just drop it off and you can set it up yourself if you want it to be a surprise and you don't want them to see it until after they leave to go to the restaurant or something like that. So, so I think it's a good idea to have a one-pager that defines your procedures. It's a good idea to have a square swipe set up where you can just put the square into your phone and swipe and take their money, and then it goes directly into your account. And it's a great idea to have just a simple, either an email address or a website form that people can fill out to contact you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Steve.
You bet.
Any other questions?
The reseller section, can you go over that? How that works on your website?
Yes, on our website there's a tab called resellers. All you have to do is fill out that short form and submit it, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. It's important that you just fill out the information that we requested so we can quickly go through it, and then we will reply back with a coupon code. And
Patty, why don't you clarify who can qualify to be a reseller?
Well, you have to sell our products, and they're reselling the product they're buying from us.
Well, but to be clear, though, not anyone can be a reseller. You have to be an established business.
An established business entity with a federal ID number.
What's the purpose? I was thinking that the resellers section was for, like, if people wanted to sell their signs, or like if they were in good condition, or I thought it was for that purpose. But what is it for? Because I signed up for it, but I don't understand the full purpose.
Yeah, so basically it's this. We sell a lot of products that other printers can't print because they don't have machines the size of ours. And so they contact us and they ask if they can sell our products included in their offerings to their customers. And so those are the resellers.
So would not be us?
No, that's different than people who are starting lawn decoration businesses, because ideally you're not reselling a product, you are renting a product over and over again. So there wouldn't be a lot of money for you to make reselling those. But if you set up a business and you get your FEIN, you certainly can qualify to become a reseller if you choose to be.
Okay. Have you heard of a company called Sign Gypsies?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the only company. I'm in Texas, and that's the only company even in my area that does anything like this. And what they do is they give you a territory, and you have to buy the starter kit from them. You get to use their name and their website, and everything after that is cash for you. They make money on selling the resale kit, and I think there's maybe a yearly fee that you have to pay. So when I first asked my question about do you sell people or do you have people work for you, it's because I was looking at their business model.
Sure, that makes sense.
So do people like Sign Gypsies, if they buy a lot of packets from you, they're considered a reseller. Is that correct?
That would be correct. I don't think Sign Gypsies does purchase from us, but if they did, they would be a reseller.
Okay, got it. Okay, I understand. And the advantages to being a reseller is what? You get a better cost because you're buying so many?
Yeah, it's because you're in the business of selling large quantities of signs, then you get a discount.
Okay.
So this is only if you're selling. So it's like because we're renting, so I didn't necessarily have to sign up for it.
Yeah,
the
reseller piece is a little bit off topic for this webinar.
Okay.
Okay. So just starting out, I didn't want to get a tax code or anything because I don't want to pay taxes unless I know that this is turning into a true business versus a hobby.
Yeah.
Do y'all agree with that, or should we do that? I mean, what's the good and bad about that?
Well, we would of course say up front, we are not tax attorneys, and so we don't take our tax advice.
Okay.
So, having said that, most people will start out as a sole proprietorship, which I think is what you're talking about. And so you follow the tax laws with a sole proprietorship. If it becomes more significant, then you can look at becoming a sub-S or a C Corp. Most people would, or maybe an LLC or an LLP. There's a lot of options past that, but these are the things you don't have to really worry about what your corporate status is going to be initially until you start to grow. And this is a fast-growing market. There's going to be a handful of people who really grow some significant businesses out of it, and we hope some of our customers are those people.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm starting off as a hobby. I'm not even going to set up a sole proprietorship until I make significant money.
Okay, great.
That's excellent.
Yeah. I just figured I'd say that for the other folks on the call.
Did y'all talk about anything with pricing for rentals? Is that something that you would discuss or no?
Yeah. Yes, Patty will send you the presentation so you can take a look at it. But a lot of different people priced it out different ways. Some people have small lawn decorations that are maybe $50 to $75, and larger ones that are $75 to $150. If it's a stock, meaning it's not customized with a name, it might be $75, and then if you add a name, you might be $125. Or $100. So generally the range is going to be, in most cases, between $50 and $150 on a rental. If you're in Beverly Hills, it's probably closer to 150.
No, I'm in Louisiana, so it's definitely not going to be.
Yeah. So you just sort of got to feel out your market.
Yeah. And I'm with what is your name? The person in Texas, the lady in Texas?
Lisa.
Okay. So I'm like Lisa. I did look into Sign Gypsies, but they actually had two companies in the area. So I decided to start my own business because I think the market is great here. But I know I am, competing with them. So that's why I'm trying to I want to ask about pricing. It is it's going to be a hobby for me because I have a full-time job, but it's something I like to do, and I do want it to grow, and I do want it to be profitable. So,
well, then if you're in Louisiana and I'm in Texas, we need to make friends so we can help each other out.
we do, yes. I think we have the most questions.
Can we do that on the call, or is that okay? I mean, can I give them my phone number?
Why don't you both contact Patty afterwards, Patty at VictoryStore.com, and she will get you connected.
Okay.
We are about ready to wrap up here as we come into the top of the hour. Are there any final questions before we end today?
How do we order the starter kit, give you our colors, and use the discount?
So visit our website, VictoryStore.com, and then also you can call us at the number 888-968-2688, or email us at info@VictoryStore.com, info@VictoryStore.com.
And one more question. So they're different. So I know they have the starter kit that's $9.99, but they also have the event kit, and then there's another kit with just the 3 different letters. I think it's $5.99. Could you use the coupon code on those as well?
Anything over $300.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate it. Sorry we had some technical difficulties at the beginning, but we'll get better. And most of all, we're looking forward to working with you.
Thank you all very much. This has been really incredible.